Hi, this is Todd Ballinger, and you're probably maybe getting kind of tired of hearing about this AI stuff. So I wanted to just take a different crack at talking a little bit about it, maybe find this interesting. If you're sick of it, hey, you're probably not going to find this that interesting. But I think of AI as additional intelligence, not artificial intelligence. It's like saying that a Zoom meeting um, is a it's not a real meeting. Well, it's a real meeting. It's just being done via Zoom, and you can still accomplish a lot. And there are a lot of benefits. It's not the same as being in person, right? But you still get something out of those meetings, and you don't have to travel, and they can be more efficient. AI, if you think about it as additional intelligence, is much the same way. It's not going to replace humans, but it's an augmentation. And the way an iPhone is augmentation, or eyeglasses, right, or technology. Eyeglasses give you a competitive advantage if you're up against someone that can't see and you can't see, but you have eyeglasses. You're suddenly, in the in the land of the blind, the one-eyed king, right, is king, or the one-eyed player is king. So AI is kind of interesting in that it's a human augmentation. It's technology. It's not going to render us inert, but it is going to give us the ability to do things that we could never do or only imagine doing before. It seems silly to think I could say, I'm not going to say one of their names right now because all three are here in my office. But if it starts with an A or starts with an S or starts with a G, if I were to say turn off the lights, they'll do that. I don't have to leave my chair. So that's leverage. So we're going to talk just briefly about, what is AI and what are the applications and maybe what are some concerns and maybe the future of AI. First off, what is AI? I asked AI, what is AI? And it said it's artificial intelligence, right? That's the term. But it refers to the ability of a computer to perform tasks that typically require human-like intelligence. And there are lots of different examples of that. You can hit pause here and read the rest of the definition, but think of AI as just simply the ability to do a human-type task, but do it quickly and do it via computer learning. Now, how does that computer learning work? Well, it starts with data. So if you think about it, these activities that we typically think of, writing an email or searching or whatever, have been done hundreds and even millions and millions of times on the internet. And there's data out there. So it starts with a database of all of this information. And then there's a prompt. And the prompt is like asking a question. It's something that you want something to do, like draw me a picture or write me an email response or outline what is war and peace, right? Once you do that, then this database of content and this prompt work with a neural network based on coding and training, and it tries to synthesize and put together something for you. So AI has been around for a long time. It can be traced back to the 1950s. And computer science started exploring this idea of creating machines that could think and solve problems. So this has been around for a long time, but we're seeing quantum leaps in a very short period of time. And there's so many incredible applications. Just in the lending and the real estate business, it can be used for credit lending and fraud detection and personal lending and things. And again, I'd simply ask this question: what are applications of AI in the lending industry? And it immediately came up with various ideas. Now, there are more ideas, right? And we can ask different prompts. But at the end of the day, these prompts, simple prompts like write a limerick about data taking over the world, include the word egg. And in a second, this limerick comes together. Now, this could be a starting point for a poem, a limerick, or something that you might work off, much as if I were to go to AI at Midjourney and say, I want to see a rabbit wearing a sun hat, this appears almost instantaneously. Now, think about how long you might have to search. Or you're limited by searching and then looking at the images to solve a problem. Now you can create the image that you want. Santa Claus wearing a blue outfit or a red bicycle in front of a waterfall. This is taking a database of images such as bicycle and waterfall. It's using your prompt and then it's creating an iterative work of that. It's designing and drawing in real time. And that is simply astonishing. So there are lots of AI tools out there. And an AI tool, think about this as a leverage for the end user. The first person that had a shovel was able to dig without using their hands. That's an unfair advantage for those that don't have a shovel. And so you got to be willing, at least open to this. If you say I'm afraid or I'm scared, that's like saying I'm scared of a shovel. I want to keep using my hands. Well, you can do that, but longer term, as we'll discuss in the end, learning to use AI is critical. Now, whoever's sharing this particular video with you or whatever may introduce you to some other ideas in the course of a conversation. But if you go to ChatGPT, which is one of the main forms right now of AI that's getting a lot of credibility, and you ask it, what can you do for me? It told me I could write Twitter blog posts. I could write a novel for you. I could write interview prompts. I could create games. I can translate into different languages. Think about that. You've got a website, or you've got a contract, or you've got an email that you're about to send. What if you could just copy and say, rewrite this in Spanish and send 2 versions of that email? How would the family feel that you took the time to provide an English and a Spanish version? And if the Spanish version comes back, you just drop it in and say, translate this to English. So these tools will allow higher levels of customer service and engagement, and there are tremendous ways that they can be used. These are some of the ones that I really have found interesting. And this is a list of writing and speech tools. And again, I encourage you to reach out to the person that sent you this video or that shared this video, because if they have it, they probably are aware of some of these tools and can share this list with you. But go to some of these different tools and look at them to see how they can help your writing and your speech. These are image and video tools. Again, these are AI-based tools, meaning they're able to do things manually with your help, and they can do things on their own based on the prompts that you give them. So you're starting to see a fusion of both your ability to work with these tools and the leverage that comes from having AI involved in the process itself. These are phenomenal productivity tools that you want to be aware of. And these are specialized tools, but maybe you want to create a profile picture for your LinkedIn page, and using this AI, you can upload a photo and get something back that really shocks you at how well lit and how well organized that it might be. Or maybe you've just gotten a video from your grandkids and you want to remove the background noise, or you want to go in and erase all of the background from an image that you'd like to use in a blog post. These are other productivity tools, and we'll continue to update this list. But these extensions, these are, again, extensions I can put in my Chrome browser so that as I'm working, I've got additional help from these various tools. So there's so many ways you can use this daily. I encourage you to take the time to play with the tools and look at some of the practical applications. Ask the person that's giving you this video or reviewing this deck with you to spend a little time with you, showing you some of the ways that you can use this in your particular industry. There are a lot of ethical considerations that we need to consider. This is just like the internet and other things. When it first came online, we have to start learning how do we use this efficiently and effectively and ultimately ethically. How is that data being used? How are you using these as tools in the work that you do? There are limitations, right? Insufficient data, poorly defined goals. And if you don't have a subject matter expert, you might take the data that you think is correct and spread data that's not correct. So that subject matter expertise is going to be really important. But here's the one thing I want you to consider. In the past, your level of professional competency was your ability to acquire information and use that. So if you're a realtor, it's your ability to learn about the market locally. It's your ability to go out and show people and understand this. But in the communication, let's say that your level of writing is a function of how good a writer you are. Your floor of competency was your prior skills and training. With AI, you can lift any level of competency immediately. I couldn't pass a law or medical exam, yet AI has passed the bar and medical exams now in all 50 states. It recently graduated from MBA school, scoring almost a perfect score. So these tools can allow you to upgrade your level of intelligence and immediately increase your skill set and level at which you can engage with the world. Use these tools as leverage. Thank you so much. Hope this was interesting and helpful to you, and hope some of the tools and resources will help you out.